What's going on, guys? Car Review Guys here. My name is AJ, and this week we have spent some time with the 2025 Honda Passport Trailsport. So this is not the full review. Full review is linked down below. That's all the details, driving it, everything I feel like you guys want to know. This is just simply 5 things to love, 5 things to improve. Every week, every press car, we do this. Over 24,000 subscribers. So thank each and every one of you. Without further ado, let's go ahead and roll the cinematic 60 seconds or less and jump right on into this list. Let's roll. On this Trailsport Passport Trailsport Elite, let's go ahead and talk on the 5 things to improve. Number 1 on the list is located here in the rear, and this is a nitpicking list, right? This is a very, very good vehicle. It would be simply this wiper blade. I wish there was a way to incorporate it more at the top. It just blends in and it kind of hides up there, opposed to it kind of sticks out down here. Very, very small, very minor, not a big deal, but it is something that would look a little bit better in my opinion. Number 2 on the list, if you're not new to my channel, you already know this one's coming. Now, keep in mind, this is the off-road version. So I understand, but I still wish it was optional on the off-road version. Wheel arches around the bumper and then down at the bottom. I wish that was optional. Paint, basically the same as the vehicle. If you have an issue with rocks and whatever else, like just put paint protection film on it. That's where I'm at. That's what I would do. It just looks a lot better. Now, there's plenty of you that are like, yeah, this looks fine, leave it as is, and that's totally fine. Those of you that, and I'm not alone, I've read some of the forums, if it was paint to match, you guys would think it looks just a little bit better, and that is something that, again, I think would be a good option. Number 3 on the list would be a heads-up display. If you're unfamiliar with what it is, just using one of my vehicles as an example, you would see a little cutout, basically just like that, and it projects the speed and navigation and all kinds of stuff out onto the road out in front of you. If you've never used it, no, it is not distracting. And again, I'm talking about this specific trim. So with that said, I wish that was an optional option. That is optional. Jiminy. Can't talk. On this vehicle. That would definitely be nice on this trim level specifically, especially if you're going off-road and stuff like that. It's just kind of nice to see straight out in front of you. You're kind of paying attention to your terrain, and given information can be right out in front of you instead of having to look down. Once again, not a big deal, but it is something that I think this vehicle deserves to have as an option. Number 4 on the list is in the rear. And if we come over here, flip it around, open the door, you're going to notice that, and I'm going to combine this together, okay? Number 4 on this list would be optional cooled seats, and also this rear seat to have adjustments, meaning recline, decline, whatever adjustment, and then also being able to slide it forward and back. Even if it was only in like 2-inch increments, either way, I think that would make a massive difference because there is a ton of room here and a ton of room in the back, but it would just be nice to have those few adjustments and the optional cooled seats here in the back. Number 5 is here in the front. Open this door up so that way you can see. Now, if we take a look at the instrument cluster, it is mostly, as you can see, a screen. However, you can see the little indications over here for your lights. And then along with your fuel is over on the right, not lit up at the second. why couldn't it just be all digital? Just the whole thing digital. That's what most of them are. Now, it still looks really nice and it looks updated, right? But I just think those last few things, especially the fuel, it's in bars too. So it's not even like dead precise, which I'm just OCD and it bothers me a little bit. Again, most people be like, who cares? And that's fine, that's respectable. It just, at this point where we're at, I just wish the whole thing would just look a little bit cleaner. And again, I had to get nitpicky because this is such a good vehicle. If you come up with something else that would make improvement, feel free to comment down below. Obviously, Honda only wants to make a better and better product, and I think they have really, as if you watch the full review will tell, this is a really good vehicle. Speaking of which, let's move on to the 5 things to love. Number 1 on the list, all-terrain tires always make me nervous. They just do, especially whenever it comes to pavement, because that's what I do my reviews on. Ton of channels have done off-road in this, so no sense in doing that. What is it like driving with them? The all-terrains, we go in detail in the full review, but they are really, really well balanced. You can definitely tell that they're not to the extreme of all-terrains to where they're super noisy, but they're also not like a normal all-season tire to where it's super quiet. So they've done a phenomenal job with an off-road vehicle, making it a balanced tire. Number 2 on the list is over here on the driver's side, of course, and that is number 1, there's a 360 camera. Okay, that's super nice. Also, I couldn't find it. So like if you sit right here, right, you can't see the end of the stalk, and I'm looking. Usually there's a button down here, maybe up there, maybe sometimes over here. Long story short, it's right here. It says camera right on the end of the stalk. So if you're pulling into a parking spot, can't see your front end, whatever the case is, you just simply press right on the end, boom, and it pops up. What a great location. Like, I would have never have thought. I mean, now, downside is I would never see that. Actually, my wife found it because she was looking obviously from this angle and then ended up finding it. What a good location. Number 3 on the list is the rear section. So the seats and the storage. Ton or trunk space that has storage. Either way, really, really good space. In the full review, I get in it, I show you the leg room, and then also how much fits in the back. I mean, my goodness. And it honestly doesn't feel that big whenever you're driving it in the sense of like maneuvering and stuff like that. But there is a lot of space in this thing. Like you could easily take 4 people golfing without issue with some luggage along with your 4 sets of clubs. And that's saying something. Number 4 on the list is very simply the lane centering is able to be used without setting your cruise control. It's such a nice feature. It always is going to make the list. Number 5 on the list, final point, and that has to do with the suspension. We had some pretty big little, that's quite the description. We had some speed bumps that are not massive, but they're also not small. They're like a medium-sized speed bump. And usually we take like this or even my wife's SUV or whatever, completely different vehicles. However, it puts it into perspective very quickly. Usually it is rough, like your drinks are rattling left and right because the speed bump's at an angle on purpose. So your 2 wheels don't hit at the same time. It's like taking a sports car across it. Long story short, this thing, the drinks like didn't even move. Like, and even your body, like we both looked at each other like, holy cow, like the suspension is really, really good. Now keep in mind, I drive a lot of vehicles. I get a new press vehicle every single week. So whenever I say I'm impressed with the suspension, this isn't like the only vehicle I've been exposed to, right? So just keep that in mind. Again, one last time, full review is linked down below. That is all the detail that you would want to know. This is just a shorter video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Next video, can't remember what press car we got, but nonetheless, see you on the next one. Peace.